Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me. And we're getting ready to have a very serious, in-depth conversation about money. A quick video filled with gold nuggets and information that you do not want to miss. But before we do, if you haven't already, help the channel out with a like and a subscribe. In this video, we're going to talk about the term used by realtors of timing the market and why I really dislike that term when they tell you not to try to time the market. Now, I'm not going to tell you to buy in a quote-unquote seller's market. I'm not going to tell you to buy in a quote-unquote buyer's market. I know the type of market that I look to buy in, but I'm always looking for the best deal no matter what the market conditions are. But I think you should know the differences and the ramifications between price, interest rates, and how all of this stuff can affect you short and long term. So I'm going to use an actual real sale that happened, and we're going to compare the two entry points, whether you bought in a seller's market or up market, or a buyer's market, or a down market, which it also can be known as. I'm going to put the home up right now. This is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, Georgian style home that was purchased by two different people. One person purchased it for $400,000 during a very strong seller's market. They got an interest rate of 4% and they put 5% down. That left them with a loan of $380,000. They got a 30-year fixed mortgage at their 4%, which brought their principal and interest, we're not going to factor in taxes or insurance, but their principal and interest to $1,814 per month. So that's the first person. The second person bought during a market that was much more favorable to buyers. They paid $335,000. Interest rates were higher at the time, so they paid 6% on the interest rate, and they ended up carrying a loan of about $318,000 after their down payment, which was about 17 grand. So they both put 5% down, and their initial payment for principal and interest, $1,908. So not a huge difference, about $100 difference. This is where the changes take effect though. The person that bought at $400,000 stayed in the home 7 years. The person that also bought at $335,000 stayed in that home for 7 years, okay? And at the end of the 7 years, using the amortization chart, the person that paid $400,000 owed $327,000 on that loan. As you can see from this graphic up that shows after payment number 84, which would be 7 years, they owed $327,000. Okay, so this first person owes $327,000 on the home that they paid $400,000 for after 7 years. The second person went about things a little more creative and a little more savvy. They decided to refinance after the first year. They were at 6%. Interest rates ended up going down, where they were able to get their rate reduced to 4.25%. So they're still a little bit higher than their counterpart at 4%, but at the point that they did their refinance after the 12th payment, so after 1 year, they owed $314,000 and change. So 314, 341. Okay, so after they refied to get down to 4.25% on a loan that's $314,000, their new payment is $1,544. So now their payment is actually a lot lower than their neighbor that paid $400,000. Okay, and after 6 more additional years, remember both people stayed in these homes for 7 years apiece. So the first year they paid the 6%. The next 6 years they paid 4.25%. So after 7 full years, they have a remaining balance of $278,000. Okay, this is on a home that is ascended in value. We're just going to say that it appreciated very slow at a 1% rate from the top of the market, which is where the first person bought it, 428. So 400. So now it's worth 428,000, and that person owes 327,000. The other buyer also has a home now worth 428,000. They're ready to sell, except they owe 278,000. So they have $50,000 in additional equity just from buying at the right time. Okay, so when they tell you not to try to time the market, that's BS. Again, life dictates sometimes when you'll buy, because you may get a job transfer, you may just have to move. I mean, there's a lot of factors that play into people moving. But if you're able, buying during times where sellers are more motivated to sell and give buyers incentives like lower prices, closing cost assistance, home warranties, etc., is way more favorable for you, because as you can see by the illustration that I just made, this seller is going to go to the market with a lot more equity and basically leave with a bigger check on the same home. It's the same home that sold. It's just one person bought at the top of the market. The other person bought when the market was a little bit lower, giving them more flexibility, more equity. And as you even saw, their payment initially wasn't much more than the first person. And again, they end up with $50,000 of additional equity on the back end. I just wanted to share that with you guys. So when people say don't try to time the market, there's an example of timing the market done well. Okay, so make sure you subscribe, like, share, hit the notification bell on this video. YouTube thinks that this is the next video that you should watch. So do me a favor and listen to YouTube and watch this next video. But until I come back with my next video, I want to thank you so much for watching, and I am 100% gone.